Alright, here we go. Everything seems to be working. I hope it actually is. Hey everyone, welcome to Rules Fun. We're usually playing Pathfinder. I'm playing Grim Dawn in my free time right here, as I am doing right now. And yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing. Today is going to be probably a bit shorter than usual, and also not extremely I want to say not extremely interesting. It's not like it's not going to be interesting. It's more that we have a couple of tasks that just need doing. A few locations with rare monsters and such that we still need to go to, and you know, now is as good a time as ever to do that.
It's safe with me.
So, but quickly before that, I did find something nice when playing on another character. I found this one. I found the Empowered Codex of Reckoning. So it's exactly the item we are using, but slightly better, and also slightly higher requirements. I have to say I'm a bit worried about the spirit requirement, but we'll get there. We'll just have to spend even more points in spirit, but you know, that's the cost of playing this character. And when we get there, it's going to be worth it, because we get more bonuses to the stuff that we do anyway. This entire character is based around this Codex of Reckoning. That's the idea of the character. In case you were not aware.
It's safe with me.
So anyway, there are a few things I need to do. And let's start with... Ooh, I'm very close to being respected by Homestead. That is very good. No, we need to get to Honored for that one. Wait. You need to be... Oh, no. You need to be Honored for the mandate. So there's this entire faction system in this game. And if you reach high enough level with faction,
I'll give you a good price.
You can buy mandates. Mandates is even one step further. Okay, but that's to... You need to be honored with them. Okay, so that's going to take a while for just everyone. That's good to know. But we're almost respected with Homestead, which is nice. I mean, that won't really do much for us. So anyway, first things first. I'm going right here. Because... I'm just doing that out of reflex. I don't think I even earn any experience from them anymore, because they are level 14 and I'm level 39. But there are a bunch of cultists right here. And these cultists have a chance to drop a strange key. Which is an item I need to get into one of the kind of... I guess you could call them like mini dungeons? Ah, there we go, finally. Ugh. So we got the strange key. And that strange key will open this door right here. I'm not gonna open it just yet. I'm first quickly going to check something else. Just because I don't want to do things... don't want to do things over and over again, and I would prefer to not have to restart the game on stream. Although we may. We're going to collect a Devil's Crossing bounty. This is about the lieutenant in Four Hills. Excellent. Okay, so that does not have something to do with his Witch's Queen. I will explain later what exactly that was for, but for now, hey look, we can actually enter this door, because we can now unlock it with our strange key. And that already completed the quest. Probably one of the easier quests ever. So I got that strange key in one of my early playthroughs, when I was just not as familiar with this game as I'm now. I'm still not really familiar with this game, but I'm pretty familiar with the early game. Like everything up to Act 1. Obviously up to Act 1. Everything up to Act 2 even. I am pretty familiar with, and I'm also pretty familiar with Act 2 in general. But far less. But one of the early times I grabbed this key, and it was like, oh yeah, here's a key, and it's for this door that is right here. I thought, oh interesting, let's go inside and take a look. And I stepped inside, and I was the normal level for this location, so that's level 15, I think. And it said like, you feel a very strong presence in this area, or something along the line that basically literally said like, hey, there's an enemy right here, and you're not strong enough for it yet. And since then, I have forever struggled with this place to find a good moment when exactly I should go in here. Alright. None of those items were very exciting, unfortunately. But that's okay. Just carry it. Did I already have crafted? I did, right? Ah, yes, there we go. This is also one of the first places where you're suddenly going to encounter enemies that are not this big boss that is announced for a very long time. Ooh, you may be really good. I'm going to keep you. This place, the boss of this place is not like announced, does not have a quest attached to it, and can still absolutely murder you, which is why I create a rift right here. Also, I'm guessing this has something to do with the multiplayer. You cannot open these doors from the other side. Right, here we go. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez. As I said, it's taking a lot of damage. But it only costs us one potion to make this out. Oh, already the bones for Carmen chosen. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Yay! So for Kaiman's chosen, I get bonuses for killing Chthonians, which is great because I'm going to encounter a lot of them. Well, then not too many today, I think. Maybe. Really depends. For the most part, today is going to be, I think, mostly undead. And a couple of beasts. Beast King. Alright. Let's see. Select March. Not useful for us. Shield's not useful for us. That's worse. That's not useful for us. Right. I'm trying to just quickly skim through those items to see if they're of any use to me. They probably aren't, but, you know, never... Oh, whoa. Alright. Nav harms to check. So yeah, that was number 1. That was great. That went very quickly. I'm so happy we finally got the key drop. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to do that over and over and over again. Luckily, we didn't need to.
I'll keep an eye on this. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Just sell everything except for these two.
Iron well spent.
And also store the girdle
Safe
away.
storage, no questions.
Go.
Right, I'll keep an eye
And moving on. So, I accepted a bounty to kill Cronley's lackeys. So we need to kill 3 of Darius Cronley's lieutenants around the 4 hills. And the main reason I took that quest was... was for 2 reasons. The first one is to get more... to get more reputation with Darius Cronley. Not with Darius Cronley, against Darius Cronley. To get more reputation with Devil's Crossing. Because Devil's Crossing is pretty difficult to get high reputation on. Considering that their enemy is very much located in this part of the game. And they are rarely any further. So, at the moment, and I learned this the hard way, when you get to around level 50, the bosses here do not give you any reputation anymore. And you have to do a lot of quests to get your reputation with Devil's Crossing high enough. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is we need more dynamite. Because right now we have... Nope, those were all the wrong buttons. Right now we have 1 dynamite. And to continue we need... I think we need 6... We need 6 at least. So I may even need to restart some streams. We'll see. One of those places may actually have quite a bit of dynamite as well, so I will just have to remember to go there first. But I know this place has dynamite, and this place has quests for Devil's Crossing. So you know, I need to be here anyway. Why not combine the 2? So now we got some more reputation. And we killed one of the lieutenants. And we got a dynamite. And now we just need to walk around here way more. It's actually something that I was doubting about before, and I know that it's probably not the most exciting thing to also see me, you know, grind away for loot or for reputation or other necessary stuff around. But it kind of was a choice between do I want to have a moment that I'm kind of relatively grinding on stream, or do I want to not have the entire character evolve and level and such on stream? And I decided to choose for the lesser evil, or at least in my eyes at the moment, lesser evil. And go with this. So, yeah, may not be as exciting, but at least you will get to see the entire character. And we got more dynamite, which is excellent. Which means that we've got now have got at least one other location covered. I now just need to find more lieutenants. Oh. It's kind of happened that we get unlucky with the bounties for Devil's Crossing. I love how I think it's Blitz? Yeah, Blitz. How it only takes into account how far away you are from the enemy and not how far the path is. So sometimes you get this ridiculous thing that you move halfway across the map and back. Massive speed, I love it. Anyway, ooh, more dynamite. We've got two places that need... I think they both need 3 dynamites to open up. And we can get unlucky with the bounties, because they're randomized, and the enemies are as well. Why I know that is we just killed the rat in the mines before, who is actually a boss enemy and not a hero enemy like this one, which you can see because a boss enemy has a skull and hero enemies have a star. So we might get a bounty that says like, hey, go and kill the rat, and we cannot do that one because we already did so. So he doesn't respawn. Return triumphantly, bounty fulfilled. Yay. And for the next one, Scrawny has performed atrocious experiments upon his lackeys. Because of ether crystals, these men now exhibit superhuman strength and speed, but at a terrible price. We cannot risk them ever setting foot in Devil's Crossing and eliminate them. Right, so that's very nice. Now we basically just go. I don't know how far I zoomed in. I apologize if the perspective has suddenly changed very much. I don't remember what it was before. Seems alright. Anyway, now we need to be right here in Cromley's hideout, which is another place where we can get a lot of dynamite, or I think at least 2, and more reputation, which is wonderful because that is exactly what I'm after. Unfortunately, do not have much to tell about this place at the moment, considering that I already did that the first time we were here. Oh. The ascended outlaws we need to kill are pretty far in. And Ah, look at that. I say that and then one appears almost at the start. Excellent. Ooh, 2 more pieces of dynamite. That is good. That is really good. And there's 2, and hopefully there's a 3rd one nearby then as well. That would be lovely. Because then maybe we can get another quest for this location. And there we go. Excellent. That is way better than I've had before. I've had a time where only 2 spawned at all. Or maybe I just missed the 3rd one. That could also be it. But it felt like only 2 spawned, and I had to actually restart the session to be able to finish the bounty. And we got more reputation. And then it's alright, then it's Gertrude Sandbrand. That is back in the Warden Cellar, which we're not really interested in. There's the one for the rats. Like I said, this can happen, so we cannot do that one. And the final one is the Raven in the Startled Mines. Alright. We only get 5 per session, which is why I said the final one. I would like to finish up this dungeon and actually kill Darius Crossing. Wow, I keep slaughtering those names today. I don't know why. Darius Cronley. Kind of just out of habit. And because it earned some more reputation, and because this place has dynamite. It's kind of a like, I'm halfway in anyway, might as well finish it. Doesn't hurt, or at least it doesn't hurt me. While we're here anyway, might as well go to one of the Forsaken Totems. Oh, Edawarp Totem. We're all called Forsaken Totems. Apparently I was wrong. And that is once again purely, you know, just to get some loot. Ah, look, another shield. Oh, great. Ooh! Oh, wait, I already have you, don't I? Yeah. I've got a few items that are waiting for me for level 40 that might be useful. And then once again at level 50, but level 50 is still far away. It really is in this game. The further you get, it's not just that you need more experience to level up, it also just takes so much more time to actually go and level up at higher levels. Darius Cronley just stays stuff for so long. I say that and suddenly his health drops. Fine game. I get it, you're not agreeing with me today. You're not amazing. So now we go to... Nope, this is the wrong... Yep, this is the wrong one. Need to go to there. Now we just need to kill the Raven in Startled Mines. While Macy and Glory are taking care of any zombies along the way. I wonder if the weapons that Macy and Glory are carrying, or their entire armor set, their entire outfit, if you can actually get that somewhere. That would be great. That you can just play as a character followed around by 2 copies of themselves. Sounds like fun. Maybe invest in some skills that give, or not some skills. Because I've heard that those items that are there that give you a higher summon limit. That you just have an army of yourself many times. And there's the rape. And I thought... Alright, maybe the dynamite is not here, but there is certainly some dynamite just a little bit ahead. How are we on dynamite? We're now at 8. That is beautiful. That is way more than I expected to get. We got pretty lucky with the dynamite drops here. Which is excellent. That makes today probably... The drops of today so far have been absolutely amazing. Scarlet Marksman, huh? Plus for the cadence. Bleed damage. That may make for an interesting character. I think I could make a character around that. That'd be cool. You know what? I'm gonna keep you. So now that today we're not really following the story so much, then I can tell about some other fun things.
I'll keep your stash safe.
This game has a what sort of... I want to story. Who are you for? Oh, why don't you have it yet?
I'll keep an eye on
I keep forgetting things. Yes.
safe
So this game has some things, some mechanics that I wouldn't necessarily call obscure, but they are,
Put it to good use.
or at least they took me a while to figure out. Even though there's a loading screen for it, it took me a while to figure out. There are certain items called monster infrequent. And there's one item that refers to them, but I never really realized what they meant for it. I thought they meant the kind of rare item component drops. I think there are at least 3 that I know of. There are some that are, I think, from a DLC that I know exist, but have never really gotten more than 1 of them by chance. The rocks are really in my way today. I thought they meant Ancient Heart, Blood of Chthon, and Tainted Brain Matter. But apparently they didn't. Oh, I already went here. Oh wow. Oh wow, I totally forgot that. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. We're way overloaded on dynamite then. Right, change plans. Did I do Call of the Sea? Yeah, I'm now really doubting what I did and what I didn't do. Let's check. Apologies for that. Also must have done that last week, huh? Didn't do Colosseum and I didn't do the Brave Sanctuary. Okay, that's good. I did do East March, right? Yeah, I absolutely did East March. I put that spot over there, apparently. Alright. Alright then. Yeah. Cool. Great. Okay. Yeah. Just needed to have a slight change of plans. Anyway. Certain monsters, and I think that it can be said certain specific monsters, namely heroes, not heroes, boss monsters. I think all of them, and I think this is only boss monsters, although there may be a few heroes here and there that drop those things as well, but I'm not sure. Oh, some common enemies drop them as well, but they are more like in a set. There are specific items that only drop from specific enemies, and they're called monster infrequents. And what makes them special? Can I do this? No. Oh, there we go. What makes them special is that they are rare items. Yes, I think that's called rare. They're green items. Which means they're not actually unique items. They do have prefixes and suffixes, so they do have other bonuses aside from just what they say themselves. I might even be using one if I'm in a situation ever where I'm not threatened by a horde of skeletons. Then I can talk about it a bit more, explain it a bit better. But they're really cool because they give bonuses to specific skills. You can actually get them with quite some certainty. Like if you know where to find the enemy that drops them, then you can go there deliberately. You can plan out to go there, and they drop usually, and if they don't drop, you can restart the session and try again. Instead of actually having to grind for the rare items. I am taking a lot of damage. And there was some spoils. And they give... Ah, no. Oh, damn it. Right. Here we go. Here's our long journey. It's probably going to awaken all kind of monsters to just pick up this one item. Like, the pathfinding in this game is actually pretty good. Like, it knows how to get here. That is wonderful. I don't have to click anywhere else. It's on the other hand, it's awful that if I open a chest on the bottom, it may just throw the item through the floor and onto the space above. That's okay. Anyway, those monster infrequents. I shouldn't start talking now because I need to concentrate, because this one is not extremely tough, but it's still a pretty challenging boss fight. And it's one of the ones that actually has two phases. In a game that doesn't really use phases, but still, you need to kill him twice. Big potion. Right, there we go. Alright, so this can happen. This one did not drop its unique. It's monster infrequent item. I don't like it. I'm going to be honest, I do not like it. It feels way too general and it doesn't really roll off the tongue. But they are great items because they give some bonuses to skills, which is always fun and nice. But a lot of rare items do that, a lot of epic and legendary items do that as well. What makes Monster Infrequent special is that they often also adapt the skill. They give it certain bonuses or change things around. And I will take a look. Like, we have one right here. I'm now just going to show this. We have epic items, for example, the Codex of Reckoning, you know, the item that this entire character is built around. But that's it. It's the Codex of Reckoning. Anytime you find this item, anytime it drops, it will always be the Codex of Reckoning. Then we also have, I think I've got a lot of item monster infrequency themes. These are just some common rare pets. They're menacing radar leggings of the fox. So they are radar leggings, that is the base item. And then they have a prefix and a suffix that are added to it, namely menacing and of the fox. Now, I don't know if there are anyone that I can clearly say like what exactly they give. For example, this one, resistant flesh wall tolerance of ruin. And then resistance, a resistant gives a few of the resistances that you can see underneath, I think fire and lightning. And of ruin means that you get increased physical damage and increased internal trauma damage. And monster improvement items, such as our amazing mace here, kind of have the best of both worlds. They have the power and the bonuses to skills of an epic item, although I don't think they ever really have, or at least not in like early and mid game, they don't have +1 to all skills in a specific mastery. But still, as you can see, we don't make use of them. So that's a bit unfortunate, but still, it has them. +3 to Fire Strike, +3 to Rune of Calastor, and also then 25% weapon damage to Fire Strike. And that is the thing I like most about them, and this one has it as well. 12% health restore to Overguard, 25% lightning retaliation to Overguard, 2-second duration to Resilience. And they often have that one, especially if they come from boss drops. They often just give a little bit more than just a skill bonus, just the bonus to the skill. And I really like that concept. I like that concept so much even that I'm actually planning on just, in my free time, not to stream, don't worry. To just make a new batch of characters that is built around such items. That uses these items because that is their one drawback. That are often, like, they're okay. They can be pretty useful for certain characters, just by pure coincidence. But quite a lot of them kind of need you to build your character around them. In the exact same way of the Codex of Reckoning. Like, the entire reason why I decided to make a character around the Codex of Reckoning is because I was intrigued by the item, but I knew that anytime you would play a soldier Oathkeeper, you would never use the Codex of Reckoning. Because you're just way better off with a shield. I honestly think that I will probably be way better off with a shield, but that's not the point. Like, this is what I do. This is the entire idea of the character. This is what makes it fun.
Got something you need stashed?
I have had only once, I think.
I'll keep an eye on this.
I have had only once that I encountered one of those items by accident, and that it turned out to be exactly the thing that I needed for the character. And it was an amazing moment, but it is rare. It's very rare that happens. Ah, I totally forgot. Oh. Yeah, 12 elements. Alright. now, I certainly want to get to break morale, because you reduce physical resistance, which is lovely. Now I need to make a choice. I want physical, pierce, internal trauma, 3 into 500 internal trauma damage. We cannot use that one because it requires a shield or 2 and a weapon. This one is not useful. This one is... Wait, is this one just better? 5 of 5 internal trauma. 3 of 5 to 5, 5. More physical, pierce, and internal trauma. Physical, fire, internal trauma, and burn. And then slow, resist, or offensive ability, movement speed. So offensive ability, movement speed is, I think, technically better. Oh, but this one also gives Celestial Frost. Okay, so we're going for the Divine Mandate, which also means that we won't actually go to level 50, or I'm sorry, mastery level 50 for soldier, because we cannot use any of these. These are exclusive skills, and only one can be active at one time. They're very much an end game thing. They're the end game powers. They make your character. They give pretty significant boost to your character, but you know you can only use one at a time.
I'll keep an eye out.
So now we got some new things. So this one gives us more armor, physical damage, and +3 to Zolan's technique and to Shattering Smash. Which one is that's Shattering Smash? So that's not great. And Zolan's technique, that one. So this will probably, yeah, like that's not worth it. I'm sorry, friend. You're not worth it. +2 to Blitz, +2 to Blindside, and +2 to Rebuke. Plus +2 to Counter-Strike. Which one was Rebuke? That's Retribution. I almost forget why that one is. Rebuke, come on. Which one is that? Not one of you. Is it? What? Why can I not find this one? It's you. All right. So we lose the +2 bonus to Counter-Strike, which is a bit unfortunate, but not too bad. It does increase our damage. And also armor. Let's just go for it.
Safe storage.
I am not a min-maxer. I shouldn't think about this too much. Because it's probably not going to change my opinion about it anyway. Besides, these boots look awesome. And you should just increase my damage. Yeah, you do. Excellent. So you're just better in it. Almost every way. This ring is going to absolutely... Oh no, we don't use cadence, never mind. It's going to slightly increase our damage, probably. Hopefully. I hope. We do this. Yeah. It's not a massive increase, but still nice. And I think... Yeah, +2 to Fire Smite. So let's do this one. That's always fun.
It's safe with me.
I like skill increases.
See anything you like? Put it to good use.
So yeah, I just went here. Just to go and pick up those items before going in here. Not so much because I think that I need this, although this is one of the bosses that I've died to several times. Am I prepared for this? Probably not, but we'll see. But it was simply, I hit level 40 and, you know, I know this is a tough place, so I want to go in here prepared and not screw around. And there's nothing here, alright. But these places that we're going through to today, this corrupted tomb, the Colosseum before, the oh dear, we didn't finish that one, did we? No, we did. No, we did. Never mind. Yeah, we did. All right. The sanctuary. I didn't look at you. The depraved sanctuary. And after this, we're going to Tyrant's Hold. And basically just all of these dangerous domains kind of exist for the sole purpose of, or not really exist, but the main reason for going to them is for those unique items that are in some sense even more special and rare than epic and legendary items. Well, maybe not than legendary items, but certainly than epic items, because they cannot just drop anywhere. You have to go to a specific place where there's a specific monster or enemy that drops them. I'm taking a lot of damage, but that's okay. It is what I expected. It once again comes back to the strange thing that that just weirds me out as a Pathfinder D&D player, that the paladin slash champion slash whatever type character does not have healing skills. Well then, I should give credit where it's due. It's not actually a paladin. Like it, I compare it to it, which is mainly the reason, which is mainly because it is a character with a religious flavor that is a warrior and uses a shield, and has abilities that are named after things such as Judgment and Smite and Retribution and such. So I don't think it's a weird thought, but they definitely have more than just a paladin feel to them. They're certainly not just a rip-off paladin that happened to fit in this series. They are a character on their own. So that's the exit door. Which means we're getting close to the boss. Which is why I put the portal down. There he is. Alright. That went so much better than I expected. So weird that... Whoa, I never noticed this. Oh my god, this is so weird. That's Bayonetta. That's straight up just what's this called again? Justicia from Bayonetta. That's like cannot be anything else. Wow, I never noticed that. I've been here so many times. And here we go. So this is Naren Curse Blade. And specifically Voita's Naren Curse Blade of Frostbite. But it is Naren Curse Blade. And it gives bonuses to Fighting Spirit and Markovian's Advantage. Hey, there's things that we use. Wait. No, but I cannot help but think with these kind of items like, oh, this could be really cool for another character that I have. But then I realized that this is a monster infrequent and this enemy exists in that game as well, so I can just go there in that game. So it's not useful to us, but it's certainly useful for another one of my characters. Next up, Tyrant's Hold. Should I drop off my items? Nah, not yet. That's also a thing that is new to me and always feels a little bit dubious. Or especially now feels a bit dubious. And I think that is just kind of a thing of ARPGs such as this one. But to be honest, it's not a genre that I'm very familiar with. I basically play Grim Dawn and I think one other one that is not even finished yet. I've never really played the old school ARPGs of Diablo or I think of Beasts of Eden. Like, I know the names, but I've never played them. It always feels a bit weird to transfer items to another character. It has a little bit of this feeling of like, oh yeah, but like this character didn't get this item, another character did. And especially with doing this on stream, it almost feels a little bit like cheating that I'm like, yeah, I've got this item, like I just showed at the start of this session. I've got a better Codex of Reckoning. I got it while playing as another character. And especially because this is on stream, like I didn't get it on stream. I just happened to get it on the side. But I guess that's just like it feels a bit weird, but I really like the system. Simply because it means that I don't have to grind for hours and hours to get that item. You know, we've now used the Codex of Reckoning for 10 levels already. We've not yet had a Codex of Reckoning drop. And especially with this character, which is a character entirely built around using the Codex of Reckoning, that would have been really unfortunate. So yeah, so that feels a bit weird to me, but it does allow for things like this, for playing these weird characters that otherwise just wouldn't work. Like, you don't go in and use an item that's usually used for spellcasters on your full-on physical warrior zealot character. And this is another destination site. This is why we needed the dynamite, to get into the Pine Barrens. Which is kind of a strange location because I think it is... is it? It may be the largest location that is hidden, that is kind of hidden away. That is just behind a random wall somewhere. Or behind a, not a random wall, behind a detonation site. There's no quest to go here, but it is a pretty huge area. And there are a lot of quests around here. Do I have? Oh no, those are plague mail. I thought those were lightning source for some reason. Sorry, lack pieces. Leggings. No, they are leggings. They're not leggings. English is not my primary language. So sometimes I say... I'm aware that sometimes I say things that have like kind of the similar, like I kind of mean one thing, but I may say something slightly different. I think this item is slightly worse than what I have now. Yeah. Right, but it's there. So we do now know that these kind of items drop here. I totally forgot to get something. I just now realized. That's stupid. Oh well. I am so happy that rift gates are a thing, because now I can just hop back and actually go and grab it. Otherwise, I'm just wasting time. We don't want to do that. That was an abysmal fire smite. It was not even close to the distance I wanted it to make. Let's go. Here.
It's safe with me.
Drop off something, sell some others.
Put it to good use.
Safe storage.
And then
No
grab.
question
Nope. Wow. No, I totally blanked out there. I am carrying it with me. It's fine. Forget the last minute. Nothing happened. Small little thing that I like. There are quite some like salt circles or salt barriers, or at least I assume it's salt and not just sand. You can see them in quite some places. Apparently it's meant to keep ethereals away, I assume. I don't know if it works. But it looks pretty cool. And I like that they're just around sometimes. Anyway. Deathmark Hadriths. You must be one tough slip to make way out here on your own. Deathmark Hadriths of the Black Legion. Bring cheer, citizen. I'm exploring the area. I see. Well, I can't stop you from going out there, but I must warn you that the wilds out here are not to be trifled with. The jagged waste to the west is full of manticores. But if you're foolish enough to venture there, then perhaps you'd be willing to bring something back for me. Sure, what do you need? The manticore waste stalkers pack a potent venom up in their barbed tails. It's quite caustic and can burn through nearly anything. My hope is that the Legion can use it in their efforts against the Chthonian invaders. We're dealing with a large group of cultists up near Homestead, and they're starting to bring in larger demons from the void. We need to turn the tide fast, or soon there won't be a home to defend. If you bring me back a venom gland from the Waste Stalker, then I will gladly provide you with a blade specially coated with their poison. Should do some serious damage in a fight. What do you say? Actually, I've already gathered some manticore venom. Well, I'll be. That gland is bulging with venom, a fine sample. As promised, a manticore blade of your own. Should serve you well against less friendly humans, hopefully Chthonians. Say, you seem to be quite capable. If you're interested in some coin, I've got a hunt I could use some assistance with. What are you after? Alright. Alright, my apologies. I was really scared that my stream just stopped, but it seems to only have been the phone that I'm watching on. That's fine. Anyway, there's one hunt I've been personally struggling with. Local stories speak of an ancient thorned horrid known as Old Bloodbriar. It turns out some of the stories are true, and Old Bloodbriar has been reported terrorizing the farmers in Homestead. managed to find some tracks, but I lost them out in the shaded basin to the south. It might be hiding out in one of the caves out there, but I can't be sure. If you hunt down old Bloodbrear, I will see that my superiors back in Homestead hear about your contributions. Heck, I will even throw in a few coins as bounty. I will hunt down your beast. And then to Deathmark Valor. That's far enough. You've entered the Black Legion camp. State your business. I'm done to do my part. Well, my men are stretched thin and the beasts are numerous. You would do us all a favor by killing just about anything roaming the wilds. Cool, I will kill everything then. But if you're keen on risking your life, I do have a few targets in mind that I will gladly pay you to eliminate. To the west is an area known as the Jagged Waste. They'll find the pride of manticores. Their matriarch, Mogara, is a bloodthirsty beast with a taste for human flesh. Put her down and I will give you a fine share of iron bits. I will hunt down Mogara. I do like that those creatures, the Gorbles, which are just this game's variant of goblins. You actually encounter quite a wide variety of them. Huh, apparently that Brearthorn was wearing armor. I don't know how, but you know. Maybe it had eaten someone wearing armor. That could also be the case. Anyway, Gorbles. Gorbles are divided up in clans. And actually, you can kind of see what clan they are from by their color. And I think they also, I'm not quite sure, like I don't know how they work, but I'm pretty sure that they also have either more abilities or resistances based on the type of on the clan that they are from. So here now in the Pine Barrens and the Jagged Waste, which are, as you can see, which is a very dry area and presumably also quite hot. They are Ember Clan, connected to fire. In a cold region that we get to somewhere later in a few sessions, there's a clan that I think is the Sky Clan. Or the Sky Clan is somewhere else, that could also be. But they are connected to cold. And we also encountered a clan in the Burwich outskirts, which I forgot the name of by now. But those also have their own clan, and those are more about poison. And it's just a small feature that I enjoy of this game. That it does those kinds of things. So yeah, this is the Jagged Waste, and I can tell about as much of the place as the name implies. It is a waste. It is large and empty. And that's it. There's not much exciting going on. There are manticores here. This is, I think, the first place in the entire game that you encounter manticore, unless you find them in a totem. It's actually... Oh, I see a star. I see a quest star on my map. There we go. Alright. You dealt quite some damage. did I explore the entirety of the waste? Not yet. I'm actually kind of glad that to get to the next part of the next level, as it were, of the Codex of Reckoning, we need more spirit. Because something that I wouldn't usually invest in, but it's absolutely going to be useful considering that I am kind of like on the verge of running out of energy. I haven't run out of it yet, but it's clearly I'm using it in the fight far quicker than it is recovering. My internet is doing really weird things. It's doing so well to start. Alright. There we go. Shoot. Right, so there's the shaded basin. We want to get there, but we first want to go back and hand in our quest. Because I kind of screwed up the entire order of this quest line. Because we got our Manticore Venom early. Oh, that I didn't even really realize that was a hero. Huh, alright. That's okay. Let's go. Because we found the Manticore glands early, it kind of made a mess of everything, because usually you have you get two quests that are in the checked waste, then you get two quests that are in the shaded basin, and then you get one more quest that is in the Tyrant's Hold. But now we already finished one of those quests way earlier. Because we already found the stuff from we already found the Tyrant's gland. The Manticore gland just laying around somewhere, and with laying around somewhere I mean we got it from a totem. So now if we go here, we can go and talk with you. Nope, that's the wrong one. A ghost hunt! Oh god, I lied that. Present! The beast put one of my men out of commission for a week. You're iron, as promised. Now, if you're willing, I've got more work for a capable hunter such as yourself. What do you need done? You have proven yourself against Morgara. I give you that, but there are far greater threats still out there. The great spider the farmers call Ungoliax, the Gloom Weaver, has her lair in a cavern somewhere within the shaded basin to the south. Her spawn crawl out of the darkest places of the world in order to terrorize the locals and gather food for their ravenous queen. This must end. Destroy the Spider Queen and I will see that you are rewarded with iron bits. I will find this good weaver. So now, shaded basin. I don't know why, but I always like I like the it's not really anything special, but I kind of just like the aesthetics of the shaded basin. Oh, level 41. Huh. We're getting levels, that's nice. That one goes to the Gloomweaver, so I want another one first. We first want one for all blood rare. Because that one will actually lead us into the lair of the Gloomweaver herself. I should have left up first. I didn't. Test card condition. Here's the boring one. Then more spirit. Because we need 400 something. I should have looked that up. Or, mostly I have looked that up. I should have remembered it. That's more the problem. So, there are 2 locations here. There are 3 caves. 3 cave entrances here in the shaded basin. 2 of them are marked on the map, 1 of them isn't, and we're looking specifically for the one that isn't because of course we are. Now I don't know for 100% sure if they are randomized or not. Also this is a place that's colder, so now the Gorbles here are of the Stone Clan. Because it's no longer desert territory. I'm not quite sure if it is randomized, but if it isn't, then I've just lost where it is, which could certainly also be the case. Oh, we're too far. That's central. There we go. And that's the other one that's marked on our map. Lovely. So then there's one more. Somewhere around here. We're now, there we go, there it is. Now now I want to just finish up the area because I almost have covered everything by now. Right. Good enough. We're now also going to get to the part of the game where I'm going to check my map more often. Because these are the parts where I have significantly less experience, so I don't know for sure where to find them. So that's okay. I have to say, this character is doing way better than I had expected. I honestly kind of had expected this character to just fall flat at some point. To just no longer work because you're trying to play a character that in a way that is not meant to be played. I mean, technically it kind of is meant to be played because, you know, the item of the Codex of Reckoning does exist. But it still kind of feels like this shouldn't work. I'm not using a shield, and so many of my mastery abilities are about using a shield. But maybe that's one of the other reasons why I like Grim Dawn so much. With its system of not so much here are all the abilities that you have, but you choose in which abilities you invest, and which abilities you just pass up and don't do anything with. Because it makes for these moments where, you know, this can be a valid character because I don't spend any points investing in getting better with a shield. So it never really feels like I'm wasting points, or I'm getting stuff that I cannot use. Maybe like a little bit. Every now and again, I certainly have this thing that I encounter a lot of shields that I think like, oh, this would have been such a good shield for me to use, because it gives so much bonuses to exactly the abilities that I use, and I cannot use it. But even that kind of faded away when I... Oh. Boss fight. Even that kind of faded away when I got to this point of using the Codex of Reckoning. Because the Codex of Reckoning, like, certainly there are better items out there, but for skill bonuses, that's about as good as you can get. +1 to both of your masteries. Like, anything better would be +2 to both of your masteries, or +1 to both of your masteries and something in addition to that. But it doesn't really get much better than that, and certainly not at this part in the game. It is the thing that... It is certainly the thing that makes the Codex of Reckoning worth making a character around. That it gives a +1 bonus to everything I use, and it's only one item. Like there are similar items. There are a couple of swords. I don't know if they exist for all the classes, but I've certainly encountered them for every class that does not necessarily use two-handed weapons. For all of those, there is a two-handed sword that gives a +2 bonus to all Arcanist skills, or a +2 bonus on all Occultist skills, which are the two spellcasters. Or two of these spellcasters, two of the main spellcasters. But a level 30 item that gives a +1 bonus to all skills of 2 masteries, that's pretty rare. Did I? Nope, I didn't. So that was the Shaded Basin. And then the next step is Tyrant's Hold and also Arcovian Docks. And I think this stream is actually just going to be a normal size stream, which I'm a little bit surprised by.
Got something you need, staff?
Didn't expect this to take this long.
I'll hold on to that for you.
See anything you like?
It is funny for me to now realize, because I am now streaming and I'm now keeping an eye on how long everything takes. Or not so much keeping an eye on how long everything takes, but
Iron
more
well spent.
keeping an eye on where I am at the moment. And how long has passed since the beginning of the stream. I actually get a fairly good idea of how long each part of Grim Dawn takes, which is not something that I ever really looked at before. Also, I'm not quite sure, but there are all gravestones here. There's one right here that's special, and that says, "In memory of Gogo the Chaotic Melon, lost in service of Cairn." I don't know what that is for, but I assume that I don't think that that is just a funny thing that they put in. I have a feeling that there is some meaning to that. Like I said, I don't know. How is our retaliation damage? I shouldn't be looking at things like this. Retaliation damage is extremely low. We have got a massive bonus to retaliation damage and we don't deal it. That's so stupid. Oh, we've got active things that deal retaliation damage, of course. Okay, so we do have some. Sure. To be honest, the Wolverine that I'm putting points in right now of constellations is a very much like it's not that I'm really it's not that I'm really going to make much use of it. It's not that this is a character that is built around retaliation damage. The reason why I've got points in it is mainly just the fact that it gives me 6 Ascendant Devotion points, which I need to get to the end game constellations. That's literally the only reason. There's no... It's the one that, of the ones that give me the points that I need, it was one that did not take too long. Gave me the points I needed and did something that is vaguely connected to the characters that I use. Like it gives bonuses that I think like, oh, that might actually be useful, and not one that, for example, gives like chaos damage and vitality damage or something. We can use dynamite to break this open, and considering that we have more dynamite than we need anyway, let's just open it up. And we got nothing useful. Splendid. I mean, we got just some golds and components, but nothing specific. No rare crafting material and no unique items. So only slightly disappointed, but disappointed nonetheless. This is, as far as I know, the only other place in the game, here on the Arcovian docks, the only other place in the game where we actually encounter Cronley's gang. And this is a part of Cronley's gang. Like, there is a note somewhere that I'm not gonna read because I'm not reading notes. Dropped by this dude right there. It's actually pretty tough. It was very much killing me. Oh god. never had that much trouble with this character. I don't know what just happened. Maybe it was karma for me saying that this character actually works to my surprise, and that it instantly stopped working. Anyway, here's a letter which basically says like, hey, we split off from Cronley and his gang, and we're going to do our own stuff. We're gonna do our own things. Just yeah, okay, that's cool. And honestly, I'm quite happy he's there. And I'm quite happy he's there for a very simple reason. Namely the fact that it means that there's something that at least has a kind of decent level that you can get some reputation for, not for Homestead, for Devil's Crossing. Because the other big problem with reputation is that when you out-level an area by a certain amount, and I don't know how much that is, but it certainly happens quite quickly for Cronley's hideout, you don't get reputation anymore for killing bosses because they are too low a level. I'm skipping things. I shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, he went here. He didn't agree with Darius Cronley. He went here on his own. And he blew up a bridge that in a moment we're going to repair. In what's probably one of the most satisfying moments in this game that doesn't really give a reward. It's funny, it doesn't give anything, and yet I do it with every character because I just enjoy doing it. And I enjoy the text that one of the NPCs gives me when I done it. I don't know if there can actually spawn any other... there is no path down there. I forgot about that. I don't know if there are any random hero spawns or boss spawns. There are no random boss spawns. I don't know if there are any random hero spawns around here. I don't think so. For Darius, for Cronley's gang. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Because that would have been nice. There's Eldritch Essence. You basically never get that. That's a very rare component. I've also not yet found a use for it, but I'm sure I will when I eventually get into the DLCs. Alright. That was an unsettling sound. That sounded like someone casting a buff on themselves. I do not like that sound. It means that enemies are making themselves stronger. Now we only have the lower part of the Arcovian docks. Alright. Then we've got yet another area down. This area that we're going to now has one of the most interesting notes, in my opinion, in the entire game. I mean, I say that. Then I remember Fort Filbury, which we're going to get to later. Around level 50, probably. Because Fort Filbury is hard. And the location attached to it is hard as well. We're getting there, eventually. In any case, there it is. The skill shrine balance. So once again, I'm not going to read it. But that note tells the story of a scholar who is who was part of the Arkovian Empire, who has fallen to its curse and turned into a skeleton, and describes his experience of I'm sorry when I'm doing that. I try to get up the map, but I fail. But he describes how it is. He describes very shortly how it is to not live his life, to live in undeath as a skeleton, and it's kind of interesting. Anyway, Tyrant's Hold bridge repair site, which we can repair for 10 scrap and 8,000 iron bits. And then we can go over here to Twin Falls. To this person. Your resolve is impressive, traveler. Where one may see a dead end, you saw potential. The restoration of this bridge will be a boon to many travelers. I just like getting that comment. It's also very useful because now we have a rift gate that immediately leads into the Arkovian docks and Tyrant's Hold right here. Instead of that, we have to go through the entirety of the Pine Barrens and the Shaded Basin. Which may come useful later. For now, I need to tie up some loose ends. And with that, I mean bring back some items to people.
Keep your stash safe.
Bring back items handing quests. Oh, we couldn't enter Ulrich Essence and Celestial Lotus? I'm sure that's going to be really useful later on.
Keep an eye on
Not
this.
not right now, to be honest.
Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
Right, so now, when we go to Pine Barrens, you've returned with a few new priests, I might add. Old Bloodbearer is no more. Well done. The death of that horrid beast will go a long way towards restoring the order to this region. My spirits will be pleased to hear of this. You can be sure of it. Glad I could help. Many progress with the Spider Queen. The Gloomweaver is no more. You're efficient. I like it. You would do well in the Death Marks. I've got your iron bits right here, and one last mission if you're up for it. What do you need? Bloodfeast the Ruthless is a vicious Drangul that has driven the local Grobels into a frenzy. With the Drangul rallying them under a single banner, the Grobels are becoming a more serious threat to the region that cannot be ignored. If you slay Bloodfeast, then the Grobels should scatter and return to their tribal groups. Bloodfeast makes his home in a nearby ruined fort known as Tyrant Hold to the east. Slay him and I will provide you with some of the rare materials we have gathered on our hunts. I will slay Bloodfeast. Yay, another level. I should not put points in that. Once again, I've got to check. Sure, more spirit. Oh, I actually have a mark on the Arkovian Ducks. Oh yeah, I panic placed one when I was when I thought there was a reasonable chance that I would die to the boss fight here. So now, last location of today, Tyrant's Hold. Tyrant's Hold is an abandoned fort, as was just said. And you actually find notes around in Tyrant's Hold that they suddenly got the command from higher up, from back in the Empire somewhere. They got the command to immediately abandon their post. Ah, didn't know you could destroy those things. It's good to know. They got the commands to instantly abandon their post. The current lord of the place should return and would forfeit his position as lord if he did not return in time. And there was one more thing. Oh yeah, and basically all the soldiers there were instantly fired. Which was pretty weird and kind of has led to this place becoming a ruin. Now I don't know for sure, but I do suspect. I will talk about it more in when we get to Port Vilbury. I really like in this game that the ethereals are not just a monster. They're not just, oh, here we have a large scary monster and with his large scary monster army, and they beat things up and cause trouble by destroying things. In Port Vilbury, you actually read about their attempts to take over Cairn, take over this world, and that it wasn't just them appearing here and killing people and destroying things, but they actually planned things. We got an ancient heart. I'm happy with that. That's good. It's rare. Those items are far rarer than dynamite, so that instantly makes it worth it. But anyway, you can actually read of how they took over people in prime positions and tried to corrupt the mayor, and figured out that the mayor was pretty difficult to corrupt. And with the sudden orders to abandon this place, and the knowledge that that was what the ethereals do, taking over people and then trying to spread chaos so they could take over easier, has certainly led me to believe that basically the orders to abandon this fort and to instantly that all the soldiers here were instantly banished from their posts, and as is implied but not said outright, we're basically fired, like we're no longer getting paid. There is a note in here that describes this experience from the viewpoint of the local lord, who basically says, like, you know, kind of, what is this madness? How this came out of nowhere? Like, why did they do this? And also the thing of, like, the moment the soldiers know that they're no longer being paid to guard me, they may very well turn against me. Like, it suddenly became a very dangerous place. and you can see that it all fell into disrepair because, you know, look at this. There are now goblins living here. They have made their home here now. So I suspect that it was basically the Ethereals very suddenly ending this post and making sure that this fort was no longer being guarded. Because it is in a pretty prime position. Like, it went straight past the bridge that we just repaired, the bridge at Twin Falls. And the special thing about the bridge of Twin Falls was that it was basically the quick connection between Homestead and Devil's Crossing. Like, to get here, because the bridge at Twin Falls was broken up, we had to go through Smuggler's Pass and through the Mountain Deep to get here, to get to Homestead. Oh, that I tried to look up the map. So in giving it would make sense for the Ethereals to give this order of like give up your post at Tyrant's Hold, which, to be honest, it's one of those things that happens often with this game. Apparently it was called Tyrant's Hold before, so it probably didn't have a great reputation before anyway. But that suddenly it was abandoned, and the path between Homestead and Devil's Crossing, or more importantly, let's be honest, because Devil's Crossing was a prison, the path between Homestead and Burwich was suddenly dangerous, was suddenly unprotected, which meant that Cronley's gang could take over. The Duke, I'm sorry, not the Lord, the Duke. Darius Cronley could take over, even though that happened a little bit later. The Grobels could go and live here. The bridge could be destroyed to make it even harder to get through here. And that all ended up in both sides, in Devil's Crossing and or in Burwich and Homestead, being entirely separated from each other until we finally came and crossed that gap, as it were.
That skill's
It's actually kind of funny, because now that I think about it, it has a very strong parallel on what actually happened with Devil's Crossing. Because where this blocked off the way for people, for normal non-possessed humans, to get from Homestead to Burwich, the same is true. The same is true for Devil's Crossing, but the other way around. In the conversation that you can have with Darius Cronley, you can ask him like, "Hey, why are you after Devil's Crossing? Why are you after the prison that you tried so hard to escape from before?" And he tells you, oh, boss fight. He tells you that Devil's Crossing is a very annoying thing for the Ethereals, because it is a place between between kind of where they come from, which is not Homestead, but around there. Between Homestead and Devil's Cross and Burwich. It's kind of a curious parallel between the two. Oh, two-handed. I was excited for a moment because I saw green text on an item. And that means that it is an item that increases my damage, but it was a two-handed item. Here's sign. And now we arrive here, back in the Pine Barrens. We can walk back to the people here. And say that Blood Feast is no more. Is that a literal thing that you say? Oh, it's not. How goes the battle against Bloodfeast? It wasn't easy, but Bloodfeast is dead. You are a brutal and effective fighter. I'd hate to run into you on the battlefield. Glad to have you on our side. I will be sure to include you in my report back to Captain Somer in Homestead. Farewell. Yay! And I got an Ancient Heart for that, which is an amazing reward. Because those items, the rare crafting ingredients, such as Ancient Heart, Blood-Thorn,
No questions asked.
I always forget one. Tainted Brain Matter. They're used to craft relics. And relics are great.
I'll keep an eye on
Speaking
this.
of relics being great, I could
Come
just
see what's
before I
left of my
go.
lair.
Quickly check if there are any better relics on the horizon. I also should talk to you. Excuse me, citizen, Madame was wondering if you could help me out with something. What is it that you need? Homestead is running low on building supplies. We've already salvaged the barn roof to reinforce the walls, but there's only so much we can do with sheets of metal. One of the buildings here would be a perfect place to let our men catch some sleep, but it's completely run down. We're going to need lumber, and I know just the place to get it. Problem is, the nearest lumber mill is overrun with chthonic spawn. I've insisted to the captain that our men need a place to rest properly, but she feels that the casualties would be too great to risk retaking the mill. You are not under a command. You can do as you choose. Please head out into the Blood Grove to the north and secure Griver's mill. After your heroics at the gruesome harvest, a few chthonic runs should be a cakewalk. I will clear the lumber. Honestly, Captain Sommer sounds like the worst. Like she... first the Dermapterians, then this guy. Like it feels a little bit like she just doesn't have her priorities straight. That she's so focused on fighting back the invasion that she forgets that she's working, you know, with people, with soldiers that need food and that need a place to rest and that kind of things. But luckily, I am here to solve literally all the problems around here. Oh yeah, final thing. Just want to take a quick look.
Scrap metal.
Are there any ones here that are good? 2 and melee or range weapon. Beautiful. Not useful then. Acid and poison. Oh. Ooh. You may be worth it, actually. Are you? You get +1 to all skills of soldier, which is amazing. Oh, and you're level 50. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We mostly deal physical damage anyway. Okay, so Juggernaut. Force of destruction that will not be denied. +1 to all skills of soldier, which is great. A healing skill that has a chance to proc when hit, which is amazing. Okay, so what do we need? We need Oleron's Blood, Reinforced Shell, Calamity, and Sanctuary. You know what? I'm just going to do that. Calamity, we can make 49 of you. Cool. Calamity and Sanctuary. One more of Oleron's Blood. Can we make one of you? We can. Ooh, it takes a little of Chthonic Seals of Binding, but that's okay. And the last one was... oh dear, what was it again? Reinforced Shell. Reinforced Shell is better what we have now, right? I hope so much it's actually better. I should really go back to I'm just quickly going to go back to Devil's Crossing. For the simple reason that I like the bonuses that this guy gives just a bit more, even though I probably need the others. That's okay.
The best I can with what I've got.
Increased armor, increased spear strength, increased physique. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we want. So then, Juggernaut. Let's just do it. There we go. And that's my first Transcendental Relic. Yay! And it's actually increased my damage. Oh. And increased my armor. Beautiful. Alright.
Don't get killed out there.
I'm not going to sell this old relic. I'm going... oh. Apparently used something up, huh? That's okay. I'm going to store this relic right here.
It's safe with me, promise.
And now... more points in all of this. Beautiful. Even though... this is all the skills we're going to get from Soldier. Like, everything here that... everything in here that isn't... that we don't have points in, it's not that we don't have enough points for it. It's that it's not useful to us. Like, every other thing here either needs a shield, either is an exclusive skill, or it needs a shield or two-handed weapon, or, like, this line is a basic attack, and we already have a basic attack in Righteous Fervor. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Not much problems there. Anyway, that is going to be it for today, and look at that. It's almost 2 hours, so not a short stream after all. I, and finally, others, we as the entirety of Rules is Fun are going to be back this Sunday with our continuation of the Dryden campaign. Where people are now, where we're now for the first time going to see what Iritis looks like. I'm really excited for it. I hope others are as well. I will probably be back with this next week, when we will continue actually doing the main quests and stuff, and say goodbye to this filler episode. And that's it. I hope to see you again. I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.